just posting a link. Test, test, test. All right, good evening and welcome to Sports Talk 225 live from LPR as the Doyle Tigers will be hosting the Plaquemine Green Devil here at the top of the hour. Doyle comes in at 5-1 overall, number one in Division III in the state of Louisiana with a home record of 1-0, just a second game tonight, outscoring their opponents 15-0 at home. 4-1 on the road. Outscoring the opponents 28-17 on the road. Plaquemine is yet to play a home game. They are 2-5 in District 6 4A Division 2, ranked number 23 at the time. They are 2-5 on the road with 37 runs scored, 77 runs against. The Doyle Tiger lineup tonight will be led off by shortstop Chandler Parker, followed by second baseman Brody King, third baseman Parker Taylor, catcher Zach Ray, DH in the 5-hole, Garrett Hershey. Left field will be Jackson McCaskill. Cooper Uritic at first base will bat in the 7-hole, followed by center fielder Reese Jones, Brennan Guidry, and on the mound tonight is Judah Morales. All right, we'll take just a quick break here, and we'll be back live at the top of the hour with the Doyle Tigers hosting the Plaquemine Green Devils here at LPR.
I saw a TikTok today, and they asked Jason Williams, said, "So you and Randy Moss, and they put like Jordan and Pippen, lose, yeah." Everybody's like, lose, 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 lose. We go.
Yeah, when he was at Florida, what did he say? He said, "What? I had to do something." He's like, "Oh, he didn't go to class." Yeah, he go to class or something. Like, so you got to show up and yeah, you got to run, show up something. Oh, that's all I got to do. Oh, that's it. Oh, I'm good. Like, yeah, I ain't going to class. I'm fucking all day. Best ball handler. Oh, what? Yeah. When he did that one off the elbow. Oh yeah, right here. Yeah. You know what really was talking about that time Marcy and them called him Governor? He said Marcy was up there batting like this. He ain't making the play. He ain't making it. No, no, no. Hello, mother. Oh, no, no, I didn't. I need some sauce. Oh, man. Is it seem good, Kim? JJ, does it seem good? Yeah. Y'all never. I don't know. Brady said the same thing. I don't know. Like he was watching South Plaque. Like at the car play.
I mean, he just has to. This team's good.
Huh?
He has to. This team's good.
Yeah,
No, they're 2-5. They haven't played a home game yet. They've been outscored by 40 runs in those 7 games.
Yeah, I went to bed.
I didn't. I was waiting on it.
Or you guys
always
have
say,
had,
but it's baseball.
you guys have had one home game and outscored your opponents 15-0. A little more stable, like on the road games, but it's weird that they've. I mean, this is 8 straight on the road to start the season. Like,
So we go to them Saturday for 2.
okay. All right, guys, welcome back. We are live at LPR for the Doyle Tigers hosting the Plaquemine Green Devils. Again, Doyle coming in at 5-1, number 1 in the state in Division III. Plaquemine coming in at 2-5, ranked number 23 early on. Plaquemine yet to play a home game. However, Doyle will visit them on Saturday for a doubleheader. Doyle, just their second home game. One home game outscored the opponent 15-0. So, again, just playing their second home game here tonight. Quick turnaround, go right back on the road on Saturday. As always, looking for ad sponsors. Reach out to myself, Stu Puffer, Stu at Sports Talk 225, or Denver Ballard, Denver at Sports Talk 225. We are about 7 minutes away from starting this ball game here at the top of the hour. Waiting for infield warm-ups by the Sun Devils to be completed. And then the national anthem. We will be bringing you the broadcast tonight from the right field dad's deck here at Tiger Field. It's a interesting, excuse me, interesting view, dynamic. Great shot from here of the pitcher. I'll do my best as I'm flying solo tonight to get us some guests in. We do have Livingston's mayor behind me on the barbecue pit. He's going to get on here with me in just a little while. Mr. Eric Jones is floating around here on the deck. They've got music going, great atmosphere. The dad's deck is pretty cool. As we're getting ready, the umpires are conducting the home plate meeting or waiting for the managers to come out, head coaches to come out. Want to give a shout out to Peanuts Transport, Hot Shot and Courier Services right here in Livingston Parish. Great family, the Weems family. Call Mr. Randall or Nelson for any of your courier needs. Support 225. That's what we're all about. Let me get you plugged up there. All right, how's that sound? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me, Stu?
I can hear you, buddy.
Perfect.
All right, guys, that's Mr. JT. We're gonna be casual today.
That's how we do it.
You're being dad on the dad's deck.
Yes.
You can be mayor during business hours.
That's right. Look, I got roped into doing this for our basketball team, and it's been fun, but I don't get to be a fan as much. Sometimes I say some things I probably shouldn't especially when I'm watching my kids.
Hey, look, as I mentioned to you guys before we went on air, it's I'm a year removed from my kid playing, and I mean I used to go and sit in right field by myself before these type of atmospheres became a thing.
Yeah.
But this is great. You get away from the regular fan base. You don't have to hear the negativity. Somebody's going to be griping and complaining all the time. Everybody knows better than the coach, right?
Yeah, they do. I think me and you were very similar. My kids growing up, when they started at 4 years old, I coached them. Coached
Yeah.
them for I don't know how many years. And when I finally got the opportunity to sit outside the fence, I was like, man, this is awesome.
Yeah.
But I kind of had to get away a little bit, and so we enjoy it out here in right field, and we're coaches out here too.
Of course.
We're always hindsight's 2020.
But you can't be heard by the coaching staff.
Yeah,
That's the
well,
difference.
well, I can tonight.
Well, only if they're listening. They may be able to hear you later.
Yeah,
Not right now.
I'll tell them they're good guys.
Yeah, but this is a great atmosphere. This is what baseball is supposed to be about: having a good time, celebrating the game. This is America's pastime. If you can't enjoy it, don't be a part of it, right?
Yeah, man, it's awesome out here in the town of Livingston. We have a great community, good community support. We have a great rec league. They're over here right now practicing on our fields, and all these kids get to come over here and watch these high schoolers. A lot of times these high schoolers don't realize how much the younger kids look up to them. Some of these
Absolutely.
little kids that are 5, 6, 7, 8, and they'll come over here and watch these kids. It's like they're professional ball players. So
Absolutely.
we try to tell our kids here. I tell mine, these high school players lead by example, even at school. These little kids are watching, so they come over here and watch, and they're looking up to them. But it's a great atmosphere, and as well, Doyle has had a great program here for the past several years with Coach Beatty, Coach Frazier. I think we went to state 4 years in a row, skipped a year, win another one, and we hope to go back this year. So
I did get so it's been about two or so years since I was back here, but this is the first time being back here since my son was at Denham Springs High School, and Coach Frazier took me for a tour of the completed facilities, and I mean it's really cool, man. I do dig the poker table in there. That's pretty cool.
Well, when we're not playing well, they'll take it out. So we got the ping pong table, poker table in there. Former player and his son played here, Steve Macklin. He did a lot of favors, for us, and helped build that facility. Well, built the facility, but for of course a lot less cost than what typically would be. But that's what's always great when you have former players that are successful. They can come back and help. So that's why we have that nice facility. We love it, but looking for turf now.
Now, I mean, and that's what it's about, though, is giving back to the community that you come from. That's why we started Sports Talk 225. Not to just be – so we live in Denham Springs, but it's not just about Denham Springs. It's about everywhere in the 225. I was in Livonia to do their home opener this year.
Yeah, I saw that.
It was really cool for those kids to get that same shine. And you think about it, we're just 10 miles down the road, and you're in Denham. Doyle being the smaller school with the larger school in the state, just right up the road, Denham gets all the attention, right? They're gonna Denham, Live Oak, Walker. However, you've got a baseball program here that has been top of the class year after year. And when you go through, just like a couple years ago, a small rebuild, it's not long,
No, it's
and
not.
it just comes right back. It shows you the talent that's right here in this parish.
Yeah, it is. I mean, that's why I appreciate what y'all are doing. You know, some of these big organizations, they get kids on the radar. We was talking about that earlier, and they'll come watch us, but it's just those kids, and I'm like, well, you got a kid right in front of you right now that's performing, but just because you don't know their name. So that's why I appreciate what y'all do, because y'all give a little more exposure to those local kids.
Right.
I love it. Like I told you earlier, I mean, I could see me doing this part time. I'll go when my kids aren't playing. I'm going somewhere and watching, but I coached a lot of these kids playing all over the parish, Denham Springs, Live Oak. So
Yeah.
I'm a fan. A lot of times we get in a mode of just cheering for our team, but me being able to coach all these kids, I'm cheering for all the parish teams.
It's for the love of the game, you know. We got some player intros going on for the home team. Plaquemine's taking the third base line. We are quickly approaching the national anthem here.
And I'm gonna tell you, I'll tell you a little about some of these kids. This is Chandler Parker, so he's one of the top 5 players in the state in 2029 class. Great pitcher, shortstop. What's up, buddy? Brody Keene, another great player. And we have a young team too. We really do. This is my son Parker Taylor. He's a senior. We only have tonight. I think we'll probably only have 2 seniors starting. So right now, I think we're number 1 in the state. Of
Yep,
course, it's early in the
it
year.
is.
I
Yeah.
mean, but we do have high expectations. But I think this program it's set up for the next few years for sure.
No, that's awesome, and it's great to see. Again, we've through the years playing against everybody in travel ball, it's always been fun. The how close that these kids are. It doesn't matter which school they play at
No.
because once if you're talented, you're going to be on a good travel team.
Yep.
And so these guys become friends, but then you see them when they play against each other when their schools compete.
I love it.
So, all right, folks, just a second here for the national anthem. All right, folks, we are ready for some baseball.
Play ball. Uh,
So, coming to you from right field, I'm going to probably play around with this a little bit for everybody at home.
So we have Judah Morales Jr. that's starting on the mound for us tonight. Give him some innings. So we have sophomore at catcher, senior at third base, freshman at shortstop, sophomore at second, sophomore at first, sophomore in right. We have a sophomore in center and a senior in left. So, like I said, pretty young team, but these kids have all played at a high level growing up. A lot of them with, the traction canes and
Yeah.
the nationals, and so they've played at a high level. They know how to compete. So we're looking
Speaking of the
forward to it.
Nationals, shout out to Jeremy. Jeremy's been
Oh, come on
big,
now.
big time pushing for me to get out here and see Doyle, as well as to make sure that I have the game against French Settlement on the radar.
Well, of course he did. He's a big French Settlement fan, but we like to. He'll be texting me here in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
We have a good fun, man, especially when French Settlement's playing Doyle. But he coaches our boys in the summer,
Yeah.
so he's a big supporter of all of our kids.
Yeah.
But I don't like to give him a whole lot of credit.
Oh man, he's always been good to me. Oh man. Yeah, but Jeremy's a baseball guy. You never know where he'll show up to watch a game. He's a baseball guy,
Man, me
and
and
I
him
love it.
every day during baseball season. I think I have 50 teams on Game Changer. I don't know how many he does. Every night we're texting about, hey, did you see what this kid did or what this team did? I love this time of the year.
Yeah, it's great. All right. I was not afforded the lineup for Plaquemine, so leadoff hitter for Plaquemine in the box. And there's a strike.
So I'd say Judah's probably our number 4 starter, but good pitcher. His older brother pitched here, was a good pitcher. I think both of them played here. So giving him an opportunity tonight to get the start, see how he does.
Ball high. Is a little windy tonight.
It is.
Strike. He's filling it up.
Tell you what, we'll get one of these boys up here to go over there and get the pocket radar on him and let everybody know what he's throwing.
Yeah, fastball looked alive. There's a quick strikeout.
He's got a really good changeup, good breaking ball. Typically, he's a low 80s pitcher, 80 to 83 kind of guy. But you throw strikes, man, you can mix it up in high school. You could be successful.
Well, I mean, you think about the most successful pitchers trust their defense behind them.
Yes, and
if you fill up that strike zone.
And we have a good defense behind us, so just gives you more confidence to throw those strikes.
All right. 1-0.
A lot of kids think, you got to strike everybody out, but, man, I'd rather see somebody pitch to contact, finish a game with 80 pitches than, 10 strikeouts with 110 pitches.
Here's the 2-0. Grounder to the second baseman. That's quick, 2 away.
Good play there by Brody. That's a pretty good shot.
It's not bad when I don't have to move the camera.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping when they're hitting, you don't have to move it much, but when we are, you might have to move it a little bit. That's my hope.
I'll just zoom it out a little.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, if somebody hits the camera with the ball tonight, we'll just have to get a new one.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to go share y'all's post and get some people to watching this live.
We had about 25 watching just a moment ago.
Yeah, I'm going to share it again here.
I got the link out there. I just posted the link on Facebook.
You know how it is, man. You have to
remind
people. See it here.
Yep, so like, share, subscribe. Let your family members know we are live at LPR. Quickly 1-2. Morales is filling up the strike zone early. Here comes the 1-2. There's a fly ball, center field.
There we go.
And the inning's over. All right.
Quick one. I like to see it. A lot of strikes thrown. I don't know what. Like he only threw a couple balls there, so that's what we need out of Judah.
All right, we'll go to the bottom half of the first inning, leading off with shortstop Chandler Parker, second baseman Brody Keene, followed up by Parker Taylor. So now we'll talk to you as mayor, so you're not dad, JT. How you like your son in the 3-hole?
Hey, it is what it is. He's he's going to play college ball. He's a pitcher, and but he doesn't look like a 3-hole hitter. 6'2", $150, but he seems to always barrel it up. And, been hitting well for us early in the year. So a lot of guys joke with me. I'm not confident when he gets up to bat, but he's last year he was one of our top hitters. This year he's been one of our top hitters, and so it is what it is. I'd rather see him maybe at the 1 or 2 or 6 or 7, but
get on, kind of set the plate.
yeah, yeah. But he's done a good job. He's always competed at a young age at a high level. So uh,
So
I,
talk to me about Chandler Parker, leadoff hitter.
so man, Chandler, he's a guy. He is really. I've watched him since he was 8. He plays with he grew up playing with my middle son, who's a player here. But Chandler, he was up to 89 at Denham the first
Okay.
game. He's as a freshman, and just shortstop smooth. He could swing it. He's just all around natural ball player. I think when it comes down to it, by the time after his senior year, he could definitely be a Power 5 arm.
So we broadcasted that game. That was Denham's home opener.
Yeah.
And I believe they touched him up a little bit. What was it, third inning? Maybe they put up a crooked number.
That was actually my son.
That was your son pitching.
Yeah. So Parker started. So Parker would, he's probably our number one for us this year. He's been really good. Last year he was pretty dominant, and he's a great pitcher. Chandler came in second.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he shut it down.
Yeah. So
okay.
they were both up to 89 that game.
Okay.
Both of them. So
I mean that's a live fastball
for a smaller school, as you would say, a 3A school. Our 1, 2, 3 are really good. That's why we're expecting so much out of them this year, and we think we have a pretty good lineup and defense. But like I said, it's baseball. You got to make it happen.
All right, here we go. Bottom half of the first inning, Chandler Parker leading it off. Takes a strike.
I'd be curious to see what Plaquemine pitcher's throwing. Looked like a good fastball there.
Yeah, I think that might be one of my next investments for baseball season is getting our own radar gun.
I have one in my vehicle here. I'm going to send my middle son here in a minute to go see what he's throwing so we'll have a little idea.
I think this live broadcasting and then baseball season came on us so fast, we're still trying to get our bearings. All right, here comes the 1-1. Little check swing.
Well, Velo's king. Everybody wants to know, man, what's this kid throwing? It is what it is.
I tell you what, though, if you've got good breaking stuff and you can paint those corners, you're going to be dangerous.
Well, but as baseball people, we know that. But what is it?
Everybody wants to see heat.
They want to see what they're throwing.
They want to see heat versus power.
Yep.
All right, here comes the 1-2.
Looked like a nice little breaking pitch there.
Yeah, it did. All right, leadoff hitter Chandler Parker, I'm sorry. Shortstop, 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Takes another one close. Full count. Our first full count of the night from the dad's deck. There's
a little pop up.
Little pop up to left field.
Oh
no, he misplayed it entirely.
I was gonna say, Stu, in that when it's just turning even, it is so hard to see those fly balls.
All right, and Parker will advance to second base on what can only be presumed to be called an error.
A lot of people think, well, if it doesn't touch your glove, then it's a hit. It's not necessarily the case.
Yeah, that is an assumed out.
Yeah.
Off the bat.
Yeah.
All right, well, that will have Brody King at the dish. Brody King with a runner in scoring position.
So Brody is 2028 class sophomore. He was our top hitter last year. His brother, Braden Keene, was always the leading hitter here at Doyle. But Brody's a great hitter. I'm always confident when he's up the bat.
That was a little chopper to third.
Got him over.
Yep. Advanced the runner.
I know he's not happy with that, but got the runner over. Chandler did a good job there reading that, getting the third.
Yeah, you advance the runner another 90 feet. Anything pretty much scores that run now.
Yeah. Anything but a strikeout.
Anything
right?
but a strikeout. And that brings up our third baseman, Parker Taylor, with the runner at third. 1 out. You had to say it, didn't you?
Yeah.
Takes a strike.
Like a little slider there. Looks like a good one, too. if I wasn't on the mic here, like, God, son, you got to swing at that.
Comes the 0-1. Swing and a miss.
Now you got to.
If I talk to him after the game, it will be, Dad, put that curse on you. He said it. I wasn't gonna.
Now we got to choke up and hit something to the right side, and make something happen here.
Yeah, you're looking for contact. All right, good eye. All right, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Parker Taylor with Zach Ray on deck.
Yeah, and that kid has been hot this year.
You know, it's always nice to have a catcher that can hit.
He can definitely do it.
Comes the 1-2. Swing and a miss.
Looked like a slider again. Got him.
Going off speed to get himself out of trouble here. A little bit of cloud cover here tonight, but otherwise a perfect night for baseball. The wind is not it's the little gusts across maybe right to left.
Yeah.
Flag's not moving a whole lot, but if you get it up in the air, when you get one of those gusts, you could get a ride.
Well, I'll tell you, he doesn't need it, man. The kid's got power. I'd say he's got to be one of the top 28 catchers in the state, if not just all around. He can catch, he can hit. Great pitcher.
Big cut. Out of leaving the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. So a catcher with power that can hit for average and pitch.
Yeah, he's our number 2, I would say.
That's a combination of things.
Yeah, he's a good player.
All right, here comes the 1-1. Looks like he went off speed again. 2-1. Runner on third. I should have probably tried to figure out how to do the runner on third thing, but
yeah.
so 1-man band tonight. I'm trying to navigate the scoreboard and everything.
Oh, you could just let him know.
2-2. Full up. All right, full count, runner on third base.
Question is, what do you throw right here? With the 4-hole up, base open, I'm not throwing him a fastball.
Yeah, it looks like he's tried to come with the breaking pitch a couple times and maybe a little aggressive with it. I wonder if you try to get him with a changeup.
Fastball down.
Walked him. All right, runners first and third now. Oh, I figured it out. There it is.
Got it?
Runners on first and third. Oh, that was easy. It's just a little tap.
Little click.
All right, Doyle has runners on the corner. I would anticipate you're going to try to take second here.
Yeah, I would think so. I didn't get a chance to see the catcher's arm. Of course, a lot of times depends on the time to the plate for the pitcher.
Yep, there he goes. There's
He sees that one.
Yep, and that'll end the inning. He caught that one.
I think that might have been Garrett Hershey.
That was Garrett Hershey.
Okay, Garrett is actually a transfer from Denham. He's a senior. He's been swinging the bat well for us.
I tell you what, that's just what Denham needed going into this year was to lose another senior, or what would have been a senior.
Yeah, so Garrett, I think, transferred here after his freshman year.
So he's been here for a couple of years.
Yeah, he's been grinding. So he's when Zachary's not catching, when Zachary pitches, he's catching.
Gotcha.
Former player T Money.
How are you?
Up here on the dad's deck with us.
Yeah, the dad's deck is smelling pretty good up here. They had the pit rolling. Gotta love the old smoky.
Oh yeah, I got a pork tenderloin on there. I got to check out here pretty soon, so it doesn't burn.
No, well look, we appreciate you joining us for sure.
Yeah, it's a good time, man.
So pop in anytime throughout the game.
Well, Beatty, Coach Beatty texted me earlier and asked if I wanted to announce with you. I said, Coach, I'll be honest with you. I'd rather sit out here on the dad's deck. So since we got you out here, I'll be on here a little more
There
tonight,
we go.
I think.
There we go. All right, heading to the top of the second. I'll tell you what, for a 0% chance rain day, it's a lot of clouds in the sky.
We felt a few sprinkles here about probably 20 minutes before the game, but
Fortunately, that's all it was.
yeah, it passed over. We're good to go now, I believe. So, are there any other teams in the parish that you've covered yet?
So, just for baseball, just Denham. We had the Denham Doyle opening night. Then the next night, I was in Livonia. Livonia playing somebody from not the 225.
Gotcha.
There's a drive.
Right to him.
Left fielder calls it.
Jack McCaskill. So that's
Quick out.
The other senior that's in the field for us. Jack is going to play at Southeast Arkansas next year.
So how many kids are committed so far?
So right now we only have 2 because, we have 2 seniors that's out here. I would imagine out of the sophomore and freshman class, there's going to be quite a few.
All right, 1-0. Comes the delivery from Morales. Strike. 1-1.
Good pitch.
He's filling up the strike zone. I like that.
Yeah.
1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out here in the top of the second inning. I'll tell you, if you haven't been out here, this is a beautiful ballpark. Great atmosphere. They've done a lot to improve the facilities. It's a good-looking place.
Well, Beatty and Frazier, man, they invest so much time in this park. We have, very supportive school board member, Mr. Brad Sharp, Principal Ashley Sharp. So they're very supportive, and it's a really. We were joking with Coach Beatty earlier. Was like, we don't need turf, Coach. We like how this natural field looks. Of course, he'd like a little turf, at least in the infield.
Yeah, and I get it from a coach's standpoint. You don't lose as many games throughout the season, and it gets hard to get the makeup games.
It does.
But when you need points, all right, he ends up working a walk there.
Yeah, they've been here for a long time, and people don't realize how much work it takes to keep this field the way it's looking.
Yeah, it really is, and being from Denham and seeing, it's a game changer, right?
Yeah.
Because North Park was not fun.
Yeah,
it wasn't fun to play at, much less all the work that you had to do as a student athlete along with the coaching staff. I remember seeing Coach Carroll out there for hours.
Yeah, I got to play. I played there when I played for Homer and Palace, the old North Park.
It felt like you were in quicksand when you stepped into the batter's box.
Yeah, it's a cool park. But now that turf is king, you have to have it. Walker, they got their new turf field, is beautiful.
Yep.
But like you said, it's you don't have as many chances for rainouts.
Yeah, it could be. There's a strike.
Wasn't covering.
Threw it into the outfield. 1-1 to the batter. Runner advances to second on the steal.
But yeah, we just turfed our fields over here at LPR, and the amount of tournaments and revenue that it brings into the town versus when we didn't have it.
Yeah, I always talk to people about Pards. That's where Pards failed, and everything started moving to Live Oak. And it's a drive, but they got turf fields.
And I think the situation with Pards is it's more they're focused on more of the locals. They have a tax that focuses more on the locals, so they're not as big into bringing tournaments in.
Yeah.
Where we don't have that tax, we don't have that rec tax, so we have to bring in revenue. So we were able to do that last March, and we saw an increase of 700% in tournaments.
Absolutely.
On the year.
3 balls, 1 strike. There's a grounder. Pass second. Oh, he's going to gun him out. He got him. He got him at the plate.
Good throw by Brennan Guidry. Brennan is a sophomore as well. I'd say he's probably our top reliever out of the bullpen. So great throw by him.
Well, that keeps the runner off the board and erases the runner in scoring position. And the runner at first does not advance on the throw home, which actually kind of surprised me. I looked up and he was just standing on the bag
Yeah.
watching the play. All right, so that's 2 down here in the top of the second. Pick off attempt at first, nothing doing.
I'm watching Judah. He needs to make sure he comes set here. He's kind of getting quick with runners on base.
Yeah, it's funny at all levels how you can see the comfort a pitcher has, big swing, nothing there, working out of the windup versus having to go to the stretch.
Yeah. It's what a lot of kids don't realize, managing the base running game when people get on, holding a little longer, um, making the batter uncomfortable, mixing up your timing.
1-1.
It's not all about velo, Stu.
No, it's not. It's a lot of mind games played on the mound, especially when you get runners on. Ball out.
Feel like he's getting a little quick. You get somebody on base, you're getting a little quick. Just stay within yourself. Keep pitching. You got a good defense behind you.
And you get to see a lot out of these kids early on in the season. There's not the rust of years past because you play year round nowadays.
They do.
And then you have to kind of wonder what toll does that take.
Yeah, I think it.
Pitchers are advancing
Well,
in pitchers' age sooner. If you see them go to the league, you don't see Justin Verlanders anymore.
Yeah, and I've heard, I don't know who it was, it might have been Smoltz or Maddox saying, they think you only have so many bullets in your arm.
Yeah.
Eventually it's going to run out. Here at Doyle, it's a little different than Denham Springs, Walker Live Oak, where we have a lot of two-sport athletes.
Mm-hmm.
Your whole infield beside your shortstop play on the basketball team, which
struck him out,
which is a very good team this year. But I like it for my kids. All my kids are kind of two-sport athletes, so it gives them a little break, at least in the fall.
Oh, absolutely.
So they may be a little rusty coming out the first couple games of the year, but they're athletic. They get into it. I think you learn so much more playing different sports, footwork, whatever.
Oh,
mobility.
Absolutely.
So a lot of focus now is on the, you got to play it year round to keep up. I don't believe that. I think just being an athlete, and if you're an athlete,
an athlete's an athlete.
Yeah, you'll get
it. And the rest of it is like that old saying. It's like riding a bike.
Yep.
You know what you got to do. Your body just has got to readjust from going from one sport to the next. But if you talk to any AD, all the way through the high school level, they love their players that are dual sport athletes because they have an extra gear, I guess.
Well, and it's just a competitiveness too, to learn how to compete. It's different on the basketball court. It's a little more physical. So, between the years when you're up there pitching, my son, he's grew up playing basketball. Just that helps so much when you get on the mound. I'm not going to back down, be competitive.
Yeah.
I think there's so many football player, playing baseball, just the toughness and physicality of it. I know I had the opportunity to play college ball, and a lot of my college coaches, man, when they had a dual sport athlete coming in, that's what they wanted.
Absolutely.
It wasn't just did you play baseball year round? They want to know what other sports they played.
It's a different mental toughness.
It is.
Because you've experienced different things. So, all right, who do we got here? We ended with this is Jackson McCaskill.
This is Jackson. Yes.
All right, this is our left fielder taking a strike to start the inning.
So Jack, one of 3 seniors in the lineup for us tonight.
Comes the 0-1. Little fly ball to right field. Retires McCaskill. That'll bring up Cooper Uritic. Is that right? Uritic? Uritich.
So Cooper's dad, Jay, is actually one of the owners of the Nationals. Him and
okay.
Shadle's partners.
Okay. So is that his house where they got all that stuff?
That's Hunt Lobel.
That's Hunt Lobel?
Yeah,
okay. That's a heck of a facility.
It's a really cool facility. Nice shot by Cooper.
There's a base hit. to center field. And if memory serves, that's the first hit of the night.
Yes, if they didn't count the one to
Yeah,
left.
assuming that's an error.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depends on who's doing game changer. Reese Jones, your buddy Eric Jones' son, up to bat right now.
Yep. Thanks to Eric for helping facilitate getting in touch with Coach today. There's a ball.
Tell you what, Reese has put a lot of work in the weight room in between his freshman and sophomore year. He definitely looks the part.
I mean, he better look at his daddy.
Yeah,
all jacked up on Mountain Dew over there.
I don't like to give him credit either.
He's trying to act like he ain't listening, but he's laughing over there.
Oh yeah. We tried to get Eric over here on the mic. He wouldn't do it.
Yeah. He said he's staying out of trouble.
Yeah. All good
Big cut.
swing.
Big cut. I like it. Getting a message from Michael Boudreau. That's his son pitching for Plaquemine.
Okay. He looks good. What year is he?
This is Michael Boudreau from Pro Wrestling 225.
Okay.
It's his son on the mound. Oh, it's a good thing we're saying good stuff about your son, Mike.
Yeah, he looks good, man. He struck my kid out. There we go.
Oh, there's a base hit. All right, that'll put runners on first and second.
It's encouraging to see from Reese. Tell he's been working because he's been early all this year. So you can tell he's trying to go right side there. Did a good job of it. So can you get comments on?
Yeah, they're open.
We always like to encourage it when we're doing the basketball. Any questions you have besides, do you have drainage problems? I'm not a mayor tonight, so.
Hey, no, we're not. Oh, hot shot to third. He could not handle that one. So that's going to load the bases.
There we go.
So that was Brennan Guidry batting there, right?
Yep,
so assuming Judah's not batting, right?
No, Judah is not hitting.
So we're back to the top.
We are back to the top. Chandler Parker up to bat.
Give a shout out to Michael Boudreau for sending over the lineup.
Appreciate it. So what year, Michael, is your son? I'd like to know.
And he's leadoff batter. Oh, good pitch.
As we were saying earlier, an athlete. I'd imagine he probably, if he doesn't play other sports now, he grew up doing it.
Yeah. Here's the 0-1.
Chandler's a very patient hitter, man. He doesn't look like a freshman. He's up there, very patient, quick hands, really good hitter.
That's impressive, at this level, a freshman in the leadoff spot.
And for a program like Doyle, a lot of times where they're a smaller school, we're 3A. We're not B anymore. So not necessarily a very small school, but for a program like we have, for a freshman to be starting shortstop and a dude as well,
yeah,
it's very impressive.
All right, here comes the 2-1. Bases are loaded. 3-1. He's very patient, right?
Yeah,
this
stay
situation.
within yourself. You got bases loaded. It's easy to get up there and hack. I want to hit a grand slam, but he's looking for his pitch, one he can drive.
Here comes the 3-1. And he worked a walk, and that'll drive in a run.
And that was a pitch he could have swung at, little up, but I like that at bat. Brody, I would say, is probably our most just pure all-around hitter. He was last year and is probably leading the team in batting average this year. So
Brody King comes up with the bases loaded now.
Tough out.
1-0 Doyle on the walk and RBI for Chandler Parker.
Good pitch.
Taking a strike there.
Tell you what, that breaking pitch, that's a nice pitch. I would like to get his velo. I'm gonna try to text my middle son, tell him he's gonna get the pocket radar for me.
I'm interested to see how they scored the hot shot there to third. I mean, I assume an error, so that's probably an unearned run. Big cut. 0-2. Comes 0-2 to Brody King.
Oh, good pitch. Oh, foul ball.
We got the headsets on, so I definitely didn't hear the tink.
Yeah, I saw the umpire throw his hands in there. I thought he swung and missed.
All right. So that gives us Parker Taylor on deck, huh?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything this time, Stu.
Daddy put the jinx on him last
Struck
time.
out twice this year, and that.
You just happened to say something
Yeah.
about it. All right, there's a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Like a close pitch there. Must have been inside. A little hard to see out. We can always see it better out here on the dad's deck than the umpire, though.
Absolutely. That didn't look in on the hands to me.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the strikeout. Good pitch.
I'll tell you what, that is really a good pitch. Brody doesn't strike out a lot. Parker doesn't. He got him on the last at bat. Looks like a really good breaking pitch.
Yep.
Don't know if you call it a slurve, a sweeper, a slider, a curve. Not sure. They got so many.
There's so many. There's a lot of hybrid pitches out there now.
Yeah.
All right. Bases loaded, 2 outs. 1-0 Tigers. That was a good pitch. That was a very competitive pitch.
I'll tell you what, when my son's pitching, I want that for a strike right there.
Right. And we may be 320 feet away, but that looked like a competitive pitch.
Yeah.
And I can see it on the screen, too. So, oh, there's a drive. Right to the center fielder. And Boudreaux gets out of trouble there, giving up just 1 run after what can only be assumed to be an error at third base. And we will head to the top of the 3rd inning.
A little more happy with that at bat. Hey, that's why they got 8 players in the field behind your pitcher. Good barrel.
1-0 after 2. That's big time from Boudreaux for Plaquemine right there. Bases loaded with just 1 out, only to give up the 1 run.
Sure.
And working through the meat of the lineup.
Tell you what, I like what I'm seeing so far from him. I'll give kids credit where credit's due. So what I did, I was a pitcher, so I like to think I could spot a good one, and he looks like a good one so far.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously we want to put the spotlight on all 225 athletes out there. So, if anybody's watching from another school in the 225 that you've got players that you want to get some shine on, feel free to reach out to us, do it Sports Talk 225, or hit us up on the DMs on any of the social medias. We're happy to come to your school, do a live broadcast, or just come and interview your players after the game. Whatever you need, our goal is to, really give athletes that don't typically get the spotlight a chance to shine in that spotlight.
Yeah, and that's what I appreciate so much. Like I said earlier, I think some of these big organizations, it's the same ones over and over. So, and I'm sure y'all are looking for sponsors all the time.
Always looking for sponsors. I mean, at some point, my wife's going to tell me to stop spending money.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Morales is coming right back and filling the strike zone up. Foul ball down third base.
Let me check this pork tenderloin real quick.
Yeah, man, go ahead. I'm going to try to find out. Strike 3. All right, here comes the 1-0. 2-0. 3-0. Three balls, no strikes, one out. Top of the third inning. Nobody on base. There's a strike. What year is Jude? He's a junior. Ball four. All right, Jeremy, to answer your question, Boudreaux is a senior for Plaquemine, and I assume you probably already know that Jude's a junior.
So I heard you say Boudreaux's a
Senior.
senior.
Yeah,
Okay.
Boudreaux's a senior for Plaquemine. Jeremy sent a message asking, find out what grad year the pitcher is. So I assume he was talking about Boudreaux, but we just go ahead and take care of both
Yeah,
of them.
he's probably trying to get another player.
I do know his dad, Jeremy. So if you're interested, just let me know. I can put you in contact.
He's always scouting. I know that.
All right. Quick little talk with the pitcher. Try to settle him down a little bit. Runner on first, one out. He looked a little out of rhythm on that last batter.
Yeah.
Ball high.
You know, and I think that's what the coach is looking for this game. See how Judah competes here. Uh, you know, walks will kill you anytime. Um, just get up there, throw strikes, compete, and you know if he does that, he can be a really good pitcher. He's got 3 pitches, does a good job, but just the command sometimes.
I mean, talk about that as a former pitcher. The ground ball to short. Try to
Got him.
roll two. Got him.
Nice play.
And that'll end the inning quick. What a turnaround. Your defense picks you up right there. You're a little out of rhythm.
Again, goes back to throw strikes. You got a defense behind you,
Trust them.
and the more you pitch, I think the more Judah pitches and understands that you're not scared to challenge a hitter.
Absolutely. So, but talk about that briefly here during the break. As a pitcher, you come back out. You've been staying and living in the strike zone the first 2 innings. You come back out in that third inning. Your mechanics are off just a little bit, and you're struggling to find the zone. What do you do? You know, maybe he gets bailed out right there with the double play. Defense has his back. He wasn't, and you see it even in the previous pitch. He was still high.
Yep.
What do you do to kind of settle that back in?
Well, that goes back to what kind of work have you put in. It's muscle memory pitching growing up. The coaches can't come out there and make the adjustments for you.
Right.
So I'm throwing high. I'm doing this. What do I need to do to make that change? You hear coaches all the time make an adjustment. Well, you can say that all day. If the kid doesn't know how to make an adjustment, he's not going to make an adjustment. So I think that comes well before you step on that mound. The work you put in, the flat grounds. Um, just, a lot of times kids don't even think about the warming up, just throwing, being able to hit somebody in the chest instead of just getting out there and throwing and warming up. Hey, let's play a game. Let's see how many times I can hit you in the chest or put a target up there. My kids growing up, they I always had them. They was always throwing something in the house.
Yeah.
I think just that, learning that it becomes a natural thing to where, hey man, I know I'm up and in. I'm arm sides high. I gotta finish. I gotta get out in front. But that's not something that he's going to learn right here.
No.
You got to do that in the off time in the off season. So and realize, hey, sometimes I just got to challenge a hitter. I'm not going to be scared. I'm going to throw it down the middle, let them hit it. That's why I got people behind me.
Right.
I say it all the time in practice. You got coaches behind L screens, and you put 9 players out in the field. They're still not going to hit, probably 400 because you got people making the plays, and that's just tossing it over the middle. So that's what kids they gotta learn. And Judah did a good job there. They're coming back, had the walk, threw it. We got the double play, so good job by him.
Folks, I'm not sure where my scoreboard went, but I'm going to try to get it back real quick.
Tell you what I'm gonna do, Stu. I'm gonna get this pocket radar up there because I want to see what Boudreaux's throwing right now.
Well, I don't know where the scoreboard went. There's a pop up on the infield, and third baseman's got it for the first out. One ball, no strike. Strike two. Comes the 0-2. Ball. One ball, two strikes, one out. Nobody on. Bottom of the third, 1-0 Tigers. There's a chopper to the third baseman. He can't play it. Runner's going to be safe.
Tough play. He did the right thing, trying to come through it and get that
Scoop
short
it.
hop.
Yep.
And that's a competitive at bat there. You know, made a great pitch. I think it was a full count, breaking ball. Could have swung through it, but he shortened up a little bit and just put it in play and made something happen. Got Jackson McCaskill back up to bat.
There's a ball.
So, Stu, where's y'all's next stop?
What's today?
Wednesday.
Today is Wednesday. Pitcher snags it, looks to turn two, gets the lead runner. So it'll be two out, leaves a runner at first. Tomorrow night, I believe we're going to be in. I think the decision is we're going to go and report. We're not going to broadcast. Not going to be able to broadcast either one of the basketball playoff games due to other people having the rights to do those. But I think we're going to go cover the Prairieville playoff game.
Okay.
So we'll be in Prairieville for that one. They were big time supporters of us early on. That one's in there for a strike from Boudreaux. Two out here.
I'll tell y'all what, y'all have it's busy right now, huh? Soccer, basketball, baseball.
Unfortunately, soccer's over for us.
Yeah.
There's a foul ball off the foot. Yeah, basketball, soccer playoffs. We broadcasted Saturday night from New Orleans in a thriller, Brother Martin in Denham Springs. Basketball, we just did a playoff game on Tuesday night. We have, goodness gracious, Friday night and Saturday I'm doing broadcasting the softball tournament. That's Denham, Live Oak, and Central. all three locations are going to be. That ball goes to the fence. Runner advances to second base.
Well, I'll tell you what. Once a week, you must take your wife to eat at a very nice restaurant,
No,
huh?
I don't.
We got Mr. Chris Husser in the house on the dad's deck.
What's up, dude? How are you? It's like a Greystone reunion up here. um, no, so I'm gonna owe her. I'm gonna owe her. Oh, there's a shot right at the center fielder. What a play!
Great play.
What a diving catch by the center fielder to end the inning. Boudreaux's gonna go all the way out there and shake his hand, I think.
Tell you what, Cooper hit the ball hard twice right there. That was a shot.
Well, he hit it on the nose.
He did. I mean, that's what happens. That's baseball, man. I mean, it doesn't matter. Is this team any good? Whatever. You start hitting the ball at the players, and you start putting pressure on yourself, and all of a sudden they get some dribblers for hits. You never know who can win the game.
Absolutely. All right, let me try to delete this and figure out what the heck happened to our scoreboard.
Hustler, I'll tell you what. If you go back up there to the back, I'm gonna get you to bring that pocket radar. We want to see what Boudreaux's throwing.
You got it. I'm gonna head back up.
No rush though, buddy.
See if we can try to get our scoreboard back for folks at home.
Score is 1-0 in the top of the fourth. For those of you watching. So we got a little playoff basketball action for. I know Denham and Doyle are both really good teams. We're actually scrimmaging Denham tomorrow
Yeah,
at Denham. A little scrimmage.
basketball.
Yeah,
Our
boys.
Boys.
So
Oh yeah.
They both got a
So,
bye.
it's a lot of time off, man.
Yeah, they both got a bye. So both are really good teams. Denham, man, they're phenomenal. So we're gonna get to scrimmage them tomorrow. Oh, that's a shot. Base hit to lead off the inning right there. First pitch swinging. It's what you do on a kid that's throwing a lot of strikes. Come out swinging. I hate to see him sit there and watch one down the middle with the kid throwing strikes. So he came out. I don't know who that is. Number 17. That's not Boudreaux, is it? Nah, top four. That would be a little further down the lineup.
Number 17 is actually their number 2 hole,
Okay.
Lapari. Not Lapari. Laparari.
I tell you what, man, they get on us the other night on the basketball game. I think we were playing Caldwell Parish, and we wasn't sure how to say some of those names. The people in Caldwell was letting us know though. It's another hit right now. Okay, thought it was a little further. Soft liner to Chandler Parker at shortstop.
Well, I'm not sure why, folks, but my scoreboard disappeared and I can't get it to come back. I tried to reinstall it.
Well, Stu, we'll keep them updated.
Yep. It's 1-0. We're in the top of the fourth inning. Runner on first base, 1 out. No balls, no strike. Here comes the pitch from Morales. Ball.
I'll tell you what, Stu. I know they hadn't paid you anything, but I do want to thank Excel Scaffolding. They they came and did this for us the past couple of years, and we enjoy being out here in right field. So
No, shout out to there's a foul. Shout out to people like XL who invest back in their communities.
yeah, 100%.
So the Dad's Deck, provided by XL, it's a cool place, man. Again, if you haven't been out here to see a Doyle High School baseball game, do it. It's a good atmosphere. There's a hard hit ball for a base hit.
Another base hit. Looks like they're getting on him a little bit. Is this the second time through the lineup?
Yep.
So they got to look. So that's what starting pitching, man. That's why it's tough.
And that'll bring up Blanchard. Runners on first and second. 1 out. Comes a pitch from pickoff attempt. Hit the runner in the back. That pickoff attempt actually made it to the second baseman. Previous one hit the runner in the back.
Not playing peg here.
There comes the 0-1.
Good pitch.
Fouls it away.
Another thing, man, working ahead.
Yeah, no doubt about that. I mean, just it you put the pressure on the batter. Right?
It's so important, man, to work ahead. The difference in a 0-1 and 1-0 count. Good pitch. A little out, I guess.
Oh, that was a competitive pitch for sure.
Looked like a strike from
It
330.
It really did. When you don't see the catcher lunge out there, you got to think it's close.
Yeah, Zachary's a good catcher, though. He probably brought that one in a little bit.
Comes a 1-1. There's a strike. You know, that's you can see when he takes a little bit off of the fastball, and you know he can kind of put it where he wants it.
Yeah.
He settles down a little bit. As you were talking about earlier, he takes his time. That was a great pitch.
That's a big strike out there with a man on first and second base.
That'll be 2 down.
You know, I always taught my kids, used to do pitching lesson stuff, and then my boys, a lot of times when kids get behind in the count, they think we got to throw harder. Sometimes you just want to back it off, let the hitter get themselves out. They're geared up for that 1-0, 2-0 count. Let them roll over on one, slow it down a little bit. That's what Judah seems like he's done a little bit tonight.
I found the scoreboard.
There we go.
Turned it off on
it was easy, wasn't it?
On the board.
Yeah. Good breaking pitch right there to get ahead 0-1.
There's a foul ball, quickly 0-2.
You know, Judah's going to be important this year for us as well, just to stay, try to be one of those top seeds to get those home games, because our top 3 can't start every game, and they can't have complete games every game. So it's important to see him work out of this. Oh, that's a shot.
And that will. Oh, held the runner.
Yeah,
bases are going to be loaded.
Jack came in and got it pretty quick, so it's been tough scoring on that. Hustler, man, if you want to sit in for a little inning, I mean, we were looking for some dads to do it. I got roped in again, just like basketball.
Imagine that. I'm way better off here than
I enjoy doing it though.
I'd rather tell you how to hit a 4-footer.
That's right. That's right.
I told Stu, I said if he'd have been up there where he was set up at first in
Well,
the dugout, I'm out here on the dad's day. You get out here, I'll help. I'll do it.
If you don't like this view, you would have hated the view that we had over there.
Yeah.
Any ball that would have got hit, it would have been an obstruction.
Yeah, you wouldn't have seen. You just saw the pitcher and the catcher.
That's right. We just have to explain to you what was happening.
Yeah.
Could use a little backwards K right here.
Yeah,
That's
we
right.
could.
All right.
2
well,
outs, though. I'll take one in the field.
Yep, 2 outs. Bases are loaded.
Really big at bat.
Big cut. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Tell you what, he was taking a daddy hack there, trying to hit that 5-run home run.
Yeah. Here comes the 1-1. Another big cut.
Tell you what,
Looks like he's fooling him.
I think you're gonna see a breaking ball here.
I'm gonna make him hit my best pitch here.
Bases loaded. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 4th. Ball.
Not sure if that was a fastball or a changeup there. Got deuces on the board.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases loaded. Here's the pitch. Full up.
Runners moving here.
This is what dreams are made of. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded. Here comes the pitch from Morales. Oh, fly ball to left field.
Jack's on it. There we go.
Here we go. That'll end the inning. And Morales works out of trouble.
Tell you what, they gave us a little threat there.
Way to make things interesting,
Yeah.
right?
Judah did a good job, though. Hey, I would like to see, though, that was 3 base hits. He wasn't walking the bases loaded. They got the hits.
Yeah.
Hey, you can't ask for anything else. Challenge the hitters. They hit it, but he got out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to head to the bottom of the fourth inning. Still 1-0. And, that's just a testament to what we talked about before the game started. If you look at this on paper, as I've got right here,
Yeah.
it should be 15-0.
Yeah.
This is baseball.
Man,
It's not how it works.
You never know. We played last week. The team we beat 15-0. We thought, man, this would be a little challenge here. And we came out just hitting the ball, and everything happened great for us, bad for them. And we look up 4 innings, we're leaving the dad's deck.
Yeah.
So you just baseball, you don't know, man.
Ask LSU about those midweek games.
Yeah,
We talk about those Tigers losing last night to McNeese.
There's no reason LSU should lose to McNeese, but it's baseball.
Hey, McNeese got hot in the right innings, had just enough pitching to save them.
And LSU wasn't throwing strikes; they were walking. They were walking hitters. So
and that's the game of baseball. If you give free base runners, it's going to come back and bite you.
Yes.
If you work out of it, consider yourself lucky. But if you repeat that, it's gonna burn you.
And that's the difference in this sport. Basketball, football, you can a lot of times out athlete the other team.
Yeah.
Baseball, man. I mean, bring up the example all the time, Jose Altuve. Look at the guy.
I mean, the guy should be
Stephen
a first
Malam.
ballot.
I mean, Malam's the
new
shortstop.
Jose Altuve.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, here we go. We are in the bottom of the fourth. Tigers trying to get something going and add to this lead, 1-0. The smoke rolling from the old Smoky smells tremendous. The ground ball to second base. And quickly one away here in the bottom of the fourth. Got 1-0 Tigers here. One away, the bottom of the fourth inning. And ball one, spiked in there.
Tell you what, he's done a good job too. Boudreaux is not giving the free bases.
No.
You got to make him earn it.
Yeah, he's done a really good job of, even when he's nibbling, keeping it close. And then working his way back into counts. Just like that. He spiked one, then he throws a competitive pitch. Yeah, you got to think about what the mindset of a team when you come out. This is 8 straight on the road to start the season.
Yeah.
That's a long time to not be in front of your home crowd.
It's like one of them North teams coming down to Louisiana to play for 2 weeks straight.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. I mean, I guess with travel ball, you're kind of used to it. Your parents are going to be there, the usual suspects. There's a shot to third center field. There's 2 away.
Tell you what, we've barreled several up. That center fielder has gotten a lot of action tonight so far.
He has, and he's made some nice plays. That diving stop earlier. He's definitely getting the opportunities for putouts.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's encouraging, though, seeing Brennan, our 9-hole hitter. He's barreled up 2 balls so far.
When we talk about baseball, I mean, it's a game of C&I singles sometimes. It's just when you're barreling up balls, you just got to keep doing it. Sometimes you're going to hit them right at people. Other times you're going to hit gaps.
Yeah, you'll hit 3 liners, go over 3, and then hit 3 dribblers and go 3 for 3.
Yep. It's a crazy game. There's a strike.
Nice pitch. Tell you what, he's keeping it down, too. Shadle, I'll tell you what, might be a recruit for us this summer.
Comes the 0-1. Oh, 1-1. Excuse me. Big cut. Nothing doing. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Looking to make it a quick inning here. Been a very competitive baseball game through 3.5 innings. Well, 3 2/3 now.
There you go.
There's a base hit.
Good job by Chandler there to go down and get that one on a 1-2 count.
And that keeps the inning alive for the Tigers.
He just got such a pretty swing.
That was Chandler Parker.
Yes.
Back to Brody Keene now, second baseman coming up. So Live Oak, Living Doyle.
Well, people ask me all the time, why is it called Doyle and not Livingston High School?
Is there an actual answer for that?
Yeah, there is actually. So Doyle was a community just east of Red Oak Road, if you know town of Livingston any. So you had the town of Livingston and then Doyle. Um, they actually, in I believe 1955, actually combined to make the town of Livingston, and they just kept the name. So Doyle High, where Doyle High School was in the
Doyle.
yeah, was in. I guess I don't know what you would call it. It wasn't a town, it wasn't incorporated, but
Right.
it was in Doyle. So they
So it's
just
kind of
kept
like
that
Watson.
name. Yeah, they just kept the name.
It doesn't
yes.
really exist.
Yes. Yeah.
Live Oak people get so mad at me when I say that, but it's true.
Don't get me in trouble, Stu.
Well, I mean, if your mail says Denham Springs, it's because you don't have a post office. Whether you like it or not, you're Denham Springs.
Which that's a good question. I don't know how Live Oak got its name.
Trees?
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah, that's the
Hey,
only
I
thing
have an
makes
answer for
sense.
Doyle. I'm not sure about Live Oak.
I mean, Watson's not a town, not a village, not acknowledged
Yep.
on anything except for by the people who live there.
I will say it seems like a nice place to live.
Oh, it's good people. It's good people, man. They've treated us well. Shout out to Tyrus McGee, the basketball coach for Live Oak. Tremendous individual.
Yep.
Has supported us since day one, and we're always happy to go there. The Battle of Highway 16. Shortstop fires it across to end the inning. Boudreaux's pitching a good game. He's got some good defense behind him. So after 4, it is 1-0 Doyle. We will head to the top of the 5th in a tight ball game. No, it's always cool to do the Battle of Highway 16. With those two schools. It was heated there for a good little bit after Coach Beard, came to Denham.
Oh, yes.
There was some haterade out there. But I think that's settled down a good bit. I don't know if he keeps taking some of their coaches.
Yeah, I've actually had the opportunity to coach some kids that played at Denham, and a couple of them's at Live Oak right now, and I got to hear it some back a few years ago.
Yeah. I mean, the talent pool in Livingston Parish is, I got to argue second to none, especially when we talk about baseball. In the 225 as a whole, the Baton Rouge area, it's amazing the people who've gone and played in the NBA.
Well, yeah, I mean it is. Now I'll tell you what, the one you can't argue with at all is girls basketball.
Yeah, they're tremendous.
In Livingston Parish,
they are
tremendous. I mean, just over the
French
years,
Settlement,
Denham Springs,
Denham,
Walker, Doyle.
Yeah.
They have Holden, Albany.
Albany, yeah.
Springfield's the number 3 team in the state this year. I mean, girls basketball and girls softball here in the parish, man, it's been just tremendous over the years.
We talked about it a little bit earlier. The parish tournament, basketball tournament. Getting to see all the athletes compete, and then you're seeing 2A schools competing against 5A schools, and they're there.
Yeah,
they're there. That just shows you, just because of where you live, doesn't mean what level athlete you are.
No, 100%.
Ground ball to the shortstop.
Good play by Chandler.
Quickly one away.
So we do have a new pitcher on the mound, Stu. We have Kelly Haven. He's a senior, so getting a little action here. Kelly's a good story, man. He started playing at Doyle in 9th grade and didn't get to play much at all and just put in the work. And this year he's going to get a few innings, get to pitch for us, so I like to see it. Of course, these kids are at my house all the time with my boys, so I'm cheering for all of them.
I tell you what, that's the one thing I probably missed the most of my son graduating is the camaraderie, the kids around the house. Frankly, getting pretty pissed off, getting woke up at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. But now I'd give anything to have that back.
And how
When they say time flies,
and how many more groceries did you have to buy?
I don't even know that we go grocery shopping anymore. It's more like we stop to get what we're gonna eat that night.
Man, Walmart and Sam's, we ought to
Oh,
buy stock in it, or they love us.
so senior year, football players will all come over and they wanted me to do my barbecue chicken thighs. It's a recipe I got from my stepdad, and it's a Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo competition winning recipe.
Oh wow.
So what I'd get 12 to 18 thighs. We'd be going back to the store to get another 12 to 18. They'd eat them all.
Oh,
we
yeah.
we couldn't eat,
Yep.
but it's fun.
I'm gonna
man.
miss it. I'm gonna miss it when I don't have that. So
All right, we got a courtesy runner.
got to walk there by Kelly. So
Wait.
again, this is an opportunity for Kelly. I think this is the first time he's pitched in an actual game this year, for him to show something to the coaches. Can get in here and throw strikes, because later on in the year, when it's competitive games and games that mean something, they're going to be counting on kids to come in and throw strikes.
So we're 330 feet from home plate. What's the? Do you think that he had? Oh, that ball's popped up. Is it going to stay in play?
It did.
Yep, it did.
That's big.
That is a pop out to the catcher. Foul ball territory, right up against the screen there. Do you think that they had early in the season had Morales on a pitch count?
No, I wouldn't say this. I know they just talking to the coaches. They wanted to get some other kids opportunities tonight. Our starters have been going so deep in games that a lot of kids hadn't got the opportunities early in the year that they wanted. So I think they had a game plan tonight.
We're going to knock some rust off.
Yeah.
We're going to get them in there. Game situation. There's a ground ball to third base, and that should end the inning, and it does. We'll quickly head to the bottom of the fifth. That was well done.
Kelly did a good job there. Had one walk.
Worked right around it.
Yep.
So
Came
that's
back
good.
through strikes, so like to see it.
Yeah, so I get the going back to talking about the kids. I'm still relatively young, 44. The baby graduated. He's in his first
So
year
I'm
at college.
44. When's your birthday?
Yeah, October 13th.
Oh, I'm a little older.
So what, August?
I'm May.
May. Oh
Yeah.
gosh, yeah.
Man, I'm
You're-
not that much older.
It's
Come
5
on.
months, man. That's you were already walking.
Yeah,
No.
man. Come on.
He's like, he wasn't even in a diaper anymore. But it's I remember freshman year, and I was just like, next thing you know, it was like, oh, this is senior year.
Buddy. And here's the thing with high school baseball. I think I've been thinking about that. My son's a senior. Of course, I have two other boys that play sports, so I'm gonna get to enjoy it. Of course, he's got the opportunity to go play college ball, so I'm gonna get to see that. So a lot of people don't get to do that.
Yep.
But the high school baseball season is so short compared to with our kids growing up playing travel
Yeah.
ball. You start practicing in January, you start playing mid-February, and you play until June or July. Where high school baseball now, we're pretty much getting rolled into it in March, and by the end of April, it is playoffs.
You get into district play so fast.
It's fast.
It's nuts, man.
So it flies, like you said, man.
Your third of the season's already over.
I remember my son Parker, who's coming up to bat here. His first action in high school was at Denham Springs his freshman year. As a freshman, throwing against varsity, and I couldn't even watch.
Nervous wreck.
I was so nervous, and he did great, and then just took off after that, man. But
That's like a football position player not watching a field goal kicker with the game on the line.
It seemed like yesterday, and this is his last year. But I'm gonna enjoy it. His whole goal was to play college ball. He's gonna get to do it, so I'm gonna do my best not to be sad.
No, you have to enjoy it. I mean, you're gonna get college ball.
Yep.
So it's high school is a different.
I did them both, and I'm gonna tell you, this was the most memorable playing high school ball. I have way more memories doing that than college.
Yeah, it's the best. It really is, and I feel very blessed that there's a ground ball right up the middle. There's a base hit from Parker Taylor. There you go, Dad. Oh, look, he's going to advance to two. There's nobody covering the bag. Smart base running by Parker Taylor.
But yeah, man. College these guys back here on the dad's desk wearing me out because it's my son. But I'm gonna ignore it. But college baseball, yeah, we got to give him a double. Yeah, we got to give him a double on that, right, Stu?
I,
Yeah.
hey,
Hey.
if I'm the scorekeeper, I'm giving him a double because it's not his fault nobody was on the bag.
But yeah, college is more of a job. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
you're competing. You're not. A lot of these kids that go play college ball, all the kids were the best on the team in high school. So now we got to compete. We got to get up at 5 in the morning, work out. We got to do this. We got to make sure we eat right, work out, do our schooling. Where high school, man, was just with your buddies you grew up with.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, college is a great time, but there's nothing like this.
Yeah, no, there is nothing like it. You know, you're at your. I think about the summers when the boys are still playing ball during the summer, and you look on the camera and they're all out barbecuing by the swimming pool, just having the time of their life after practice. You don't get that in college.
No, you don't. I mean that the summer ball that's a different thing. You know, that becomes your family.
Yeah.
That's your vacations.
Yeah.
And
There are no normal vacations. It's going to the beach for a World Series.
and that's why it's so important. We had I had a travel ball organization growing up, and just because we wanted to be able to determine when we didn't want the every weekend. We wanted to enjoy it, and that became my family.
Absolutely.
And every summer we loved it going on vacation. That was our vacation. Um, so the travel ball, I've heard horror stories, but we always had a great time with all my boys.
Yeah, we had a great time when we stopped coaching and we shut our organization down. I think is the most fun because I got to be dad then.
Yeah.
And you can't take that for granted. Being dad and
You
sitting on the other side of the fence, you get to enjoy it because your relationship changes.
You're more of a cheerleader for your kid
Exactly.
instead of being I'm going to criticize my kid the most because I'm the coach.
Absolutely, and you do. You absolutely do because it's your kid. You expect more out of them.
Yeah.
Guilty as charged on that.
You do, and I think too. I've said this, and I think I'm qualified to say it. I think a lot of times when you're coaching your kid, you want to kind of prove to the other parents, I'm not a daddy ball player, so I'm going to be hard on my kid.
Exactly. I'm not taking him out of the game, but
sometimes it's unfair to your kid. Sometimes
it is. It is because there's times your kid would like you to take him out of the game. You're like, no, you're supposed to be the leader. You're supposed to show everybody else.
Yeah. So pass ball there.
Taylor advances to third on the pass ball, so we're going to have runners on the corner. Nobody out. Courtesy runner going to come in for the pitcher.
So what baseball organization did?
So we had the Denham Diggers.
Okay.
So we played up until right before the year before his freshman year.
Okay.
And then we shut that down and joined oh man, I don't know why I'm drawing a blank.
Where were they out of?
Out of Hammond, not the Yankees, but the guy he had used to be Jordan Chalace. He was with the Hammond Yankees, then he started the Mallards.
The Mallards. Yeah.
Which was a Casey McCoy and Peyton Puffer, my son, were on that team. They were the dogs of that team. Casey McCoy's now playing up at La Tech. Actually, shout out to Casey McCoy. He hit his first home run. He's the preseason freshman of the year.
I remember his name. Yeah.
He was at Dutchtown.
Yep.
Casey is a raw, natural baseball player. When we got a hold of Casey on another club, Casey's gonna swing.
Yeah.
He don't care if he strikes out. He don't want to walk. He hates to walk.
Well, man, I love it. I love an aggressive hitter. No, I remember Casey. Like I was telling you before the game, I keep up with all these kids, man. I'm looking at them. I'm looking, who's this and that. I enjoy doing it. That's why I enjoy doing this right here.
So if memory serves me correct, that homer yesterday, his first one, the runner's going to score. Yep, runner's going to score and runner's going to advance to third. 2-0. Runner advances to third on the error. Likely going to be a throwing error.
No, I wouldn't say it was an error. It was just the first and third play. He was throwing it down to second. We had our runner going, and Parker took off when he threw it through. So I wouldn't say an error. I would. Well, it was an error for
on
him
the
to move
pass
up
ball
to
to
third.
third.
Yes.
Yeah, on the advance.
Yes.
So it's 2-0 Doyle now. Yeah. So back to McCoy. Um, there's a ball. Uh, 408 feet off of the
That's
condos.
a bomb.
It is a bomb
Oh,
at La
Tech.
Tech.
Yeah, I know
Yep.
what you're talking about.
Yep.
Wow, that is a bomb.
Which is where he lives. He lives inside those. Those are athlete
he hit it
dorms.
in his apartment.
He hit it basically in his apartment. Yeah, so shout out and congratulations to Casey McCoy on his first collegiate home run. It was a big one.
That's awesome.
It was a
man.
big one, and I think he got about 8 feet in the air on the pump with his
Yeah.
teammates when he got back to the dugout. So La Tech's looked pretty good early on in the season,
Yeah, I know they.
and there's a strikeout
They
for
were
the first out.
they were highly touted, I guess. I don't know, not highly ranked, but coming into the season, I think they were maybe picked to possibly win their conference. So they're a good team.
Yeah, no, for sure. So excited to see a 225 kid out there doing that.
Yeah, it's awesome. We had so I had an organization called the Bomb Squad. So we had
Yeah,
that
okay.
for several years and started when Parker was was 7 years old. Had kids that currently right now that's at Live Oak, Walker, here, French Settlement. So I'm cheering for those teams all the time. For those kids especially.
Yeah, a lot of good kids. Speaking of French Settlement, man, that's another squad, and I know that's a chippy game you guys play every year. Is it a home and home or is it alternate years?
It just alternate. Last year we had them here. Go ahead and brag. We won 7-1. No, man. Look, I have a good time with it. Good friend of mine, Jeremy Ido, the mayor down there in French Settlement, here for basketball this year. French Settlement beat us, but we did a little challenge. The next day, I had to wear French Settlement gear to work, so people ate it up. So we'll probably do it again this year. But Trevor McMorris, who plays for French Settlement, he grew up. He played with us with the Bond Squad. His dad coached with me with Parker. So a lot of times French Settlement or Doyle people they might be pulling against French Settlement or Doyle. I'm not, man. If we're not playing them, I'm cheering for them because I know a lot of those kids. Even the kids that didn't play for me, they come to my house, hang out with my boys. So I'm a fan of all of them.
Yeah, shout out to Kate Savick on the job he's done down there in French Settlement. I mean, that's just he's turned out to be an amazing baseball coach.
Well, I'll tell you what, they have some talent, man. And John Tuning, the principal, he's such a supporter of athletics. You got to have that.
That's a big deal.
You got to have it. You got to have a principal that's willing to invest.
Infield in, grounded right to second base. That's going to keep the runner at third.
Tell you what, Jack McCaskill cannot catch a break this year.
He hit that ball hard.
He has hit the ball, and it's just right to him. But it's going to come when it matters. Like we said earlier, they're going to start falling. It's just so hard. Baseball is such a mental game, man, that's where the kids that stand out, the ones that they don't let it affect them. They keep grinding. They keep putting in the work. They keep making the swings. They're eventually going to fall.
Yeah, next thing you know, he's 10 for 15.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
In his next 15 at-bats.
He's going to have a run. This summer he did it. I mean, he couldn't get out and facing way tougher competition on the mound.
Yeah, and then you hit that slump as your high school season starts. That's just the way it works. Yeah.
And like we said, the high school season is so short too. You're talking about pretty much 2 months and you're done.
Yeah, you just like I said, you're looking at it right now. You're almost 10 games into the season. You're a third of the way through.
I don't like to think about it, Stu.
Yeah. There's a big cut. Nothing doing.
I told people instead of right field sitting here on the dad's deck, probably the last couple games I'm going to be sitting over there in left field by myself with some sunglasses on.
Nobody's going to see the tears.
Yeah.
It is emotional, that's for sure, when it comes to an end. But hopefully it doesn't end on this field, and it ends playing.
Tell you what, the shortstop's a good player as well. I don't know who he is, but he looks really good at short. Made some good plays tonight.
That will end the 5th inning. We will head to the top of the 6th. It's still a close ball game, 2-0. Doyle Tigers leading here. Yeah, so much talent, and obviously, the Civics being from French Settlement,
Well, actually,
it
Marpaw. Well,
well,
the family, but
Marble, yeah,
yeah, Cade and Chaz both played at Marpaw,
yeah,
but that's that community there. I know their families from French Settlement
yeah,
area, so it's pretty cool. It's awesome to see a kid like Cade that goes, puts in the work, plays at junior college, goes to LSU. I mean, every kid
yeah,
in Livingston Parish wish they could go
yeah,
to LSU. Just right place, right time, put in the work, was a great player for LSU, and then gets to go to French Settlement. And I know these kids really love and enjoy playing for him.
yeah.
So
I believe he was drafted by the Detroit Tigers.
yeah, he went.
Spent a good bit of time in there, all the way up to AAA,
Well,
I
the
believe.
the kind of so matter of fact, the kid now that's at second base, it looks like Caden McMorris at second base. That's his dad and Kate are first cousins.
Okay.
So McMorris, Cody and Chris McMorris played at French Settlement, and so they've told me that COVID is what really kind of that hurt Cade. So when he was playing in the minor leagues,
Yeah,
when
it killed the minor league system.
yeah, so that's what happened. They cut it back so many players, and then he was behind some good players. He was moving up so fast.
He
And
was, yeah.
COVID came, and it probably really derailed his chance to play Major League
Hey, I'm an
Baseball.
Astros fan, and at that time we really needed a catcher, and I was hoping he'd get traded to our organization.
Yeah,
There's a
I'm.
dribbler just foul.
Hey, that's good to hear. An Astros fan and not a Braves. Me too.
No,
Me
no.
too.
Hey, look, I'll show you. Look at the background of my phone.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah.
look, even the phone's Astros on.
I got family in Houston, and I grew up, going to those games. So,
So that's where I'm originally from.
oh okay.
And then when I was 16, my dad retired and moved to Denham, of all places, actually.
So, what part of Houston?
Texas City, right
Tex-
next to Galveston.
Okay,
So Galveston County.
my family's from Channelview. So
I
when
know
you,
exactly where it's at.
yeah,
Yep. I mean, obviously, you got to drive through it on I-10
yeah.
to get there, and there's always traffic going through
Question: Have
Channelview.
you ever eaten at Iguana Joe's?
I have.
So I know the owners of Iguana Joe's, and so
Oh,
of my
yeah?
favorite. I love it. One of my favorite places.
Yes. No, there's so many good places to eat in Houston.
Yeah,
That one spiked in there for a ball. All right, 2-0 Doyle Tigers here. We're in the top of the sixth inning with the Green Devils batting.
tell you what, announcing a baseball game gives you a lot more time
Okay.
to talk about different things, huh?
So many different things because we just went through a whole half inning and we didn't even talk baseball except if there was an out.
Basketball, when I'm doing
Too much action.
the basketball with Mr. Jay Uritich, his son's at first base. We're talking basketball the whole time.
Good pitch. Is this still Kelly on the mound?
This is still Kelly Haven on the mound. Jay just texted me and said he feels like I'm cheating on him tonight. Good pitch,
Oh.
Kelly.
Well, so my counterpart is, Denver.
Yeah. Which I call him Blake.
Blake,
but,
yeah. So I started calling him Blake when we first started out, but when we're not on the air, I call him Denver. So when I created his email address, I just made it Denver
Yeah.
Sports Talk 225. That's what he wants to be called.
I'll tell you the difference in me and Blake. I won't sing the national anthem like he does.
No. Kudos to Blake on the national anthem gigs. It gets us into places, so I like it. We did a Pelicans game. We've done a couple of LSU basketball games, girls and boys. The girls was a lot more fun than the boys.
Well, Blake actually grew up going to our church. My dad's a pastor in Walker, and so I've known him for quite a while.
So you bring that part up, and that's a big part of what we do. Like our player of the game shirts, I created the this player of the game that we put the cross of Calvary on, and then 1 Corinthians 10:31,
That's awesome.
the scripture on it, because we also want students to not be afraid to share their faith. And as we get to see more of these students, and great pitch.
Good job,
That'll end
Kelly.
the inning. He has had a good run.
I like to see it, man. Like I said, Kelly hasn't gotten a whole lot of opportunities. This is his first opportunity as a senior, and to come out first two innings to pitch, and had think a couple strikeouts. I don't know if he's given up a hit yet.
No, he had the one walk and then immediately turned the double play to get out of the inning in the bottom of the fifth. So, but yeah, we getting to meet so many of these athletes, and then they start to follow you on IG, and you see that in their bios they've got scripture quoted.
Yeah.
It's just a great thing to see, and to give them what I consider a safe space to be able to speak about their faith. You don't have to hide it. And then, hey, I'm the sports talk player of the game. I'm gonna put it on my chest and wear it.
Yeah, man.
So
I mean, that's doing what I do for a living. Sometimes that's
you got to segregate church and state. Yeah, I get
well,
it.
but that's not the popular thing to do or whatever. So that's really encouraging to see that, and in anything, sharing your faith and your foundation,
Yeah,
and that's where it all starts. This baseball is just a game.
it is.
It's fun, but if you could use it as an avenue to be a witness, these kids that are good athletes, and be a witness at school, and be that kid that is a good example. That's more important to me than anything. Because
Absolutely.
I'd never want to tell a kid, "Hey, you don't have a chance to go play pro ball." I've never done that. You
Yeah.
never know who can. But
Yep.
if you don't, are you a good person, man? Do
Yeah.
do you treat people with respect?
That's right.
Like, do
There's a
unto
whole life
others?
after
Yeah,
athletics.
man, it is.
Even if you do go play pro,
And
there's a whole life.
and as a coach, I mean, teaching your kids that how to lose, how to win, that's way more important than how to catch a ground ball and how to hit a ball.
Yeah, and I think that's the important part of what we're doing is at the end of last year, our pastor kind of challenged everybody to, pick 4 people and pray for those 4 people every day. Try to get them to come to church, get them to coffee, talk, to share the gospel with them. And something that had happened when we started this whole thing was, hey, it's going to be me and Blake going to sit down once a month and we're going to talk sports. And God was like, that's just what you thought it was going to
Yeah.
be. And now we get to kind of you don't have to be afraid to talk.
But it's not just pushing that on people. All
Not
the time.
at all.
It's just being a
It's an open door if you want to talk about it.
man. It's
If
just,
you want to thank God in a post game press conference or interview, do it and put your chest out when you do it.
yeah.
So, and we've been very happy to see coaches embrace that, players embrace that, ads embrace that. It's like they said, Jesus, God is not dead.
Yeah, well, that's a
God is
great
alive.
foundation for this. What y'all are doing, and anything I can do to help. Like I said, I'm watching kids all the time. So if y'all need any, hey, of a kid in 225, I probably got a handful of them I could give you.
Hey man, we're willing to travel. It ain't nothing but gas, air, and opportunity is
Man,
what we got.
Hey, look, if
3-2.
I can, sometimes I'll come join you.
Come on, man.
I enjoy it.
You're welcome. I got a third headset in the truck.
Hey, I'll push Blake to the side.
Oh man, Blake actually got to do a game with me last week for the first time in a while because man, we've been getting pulled in different directions. Like you said, it's a super busy time with
This is
soccer and basketball.
Y'all are doing this as a hobby, So
Yeah, we're trying
trying
to grow it
make
into
a
something.
business.
Yeah,
trying to make it a business.
yeah,
And I think you can.
yeah, for sure. It's not out there.
Yeah.
So anybody anybody that wants to get their logo on the screen like Peanuts.
Yeah, man. I mean,
Peanuts has been with us since day one, right there in Walker.
and it takes some time. You start coming out, you start supporting
Oh, yeah.
teams like Doyle. You come to the Doyle Front Settlement game. Front Settlement's a great community as well. Man.
They sure are.
They matter of fact, the mayor of Front Settlement might get Jeremy Idell to do a little sponsorship with you. He owns a Sports Clip, so he's a big
Oh,
sponsor.
he's the owner of Sports
Yeah,
Clips.
so he's
okay.
a big, huge sponsor of Front Settlement. I'm trying to get his
I heard
sign
that.
out here at Doyle, but I'm gonna get on him, see if he can support the 225
Hey,
a little
man.
bit.
We get our haircuts at Sports Clips in Denham Springs.
But nah, he will, man. He's a big supporter of the community involved, and he's a good friend of mine. So, you start going to those types of games like Doyle and Front Settlement.
Yep.
Start getting your name out. A lot of exposure. I think you'll be able to generate some sponsorships, and it's a good business. Like I said, it's people like to hear their kids be recognized. And
Absolutely.
it's hard sometimes with the big boys of the baseball world, to get your name on the list. But for this, matter of fact, we played this weekend, and we had one of the big organizations that came out, and they highlighted a couple of our kids and kids that are already on the radar. But we had some kids that did well that never got a mention. You're like, man, these kids were out there balling, but they don't go to all your showcases, and they don't,
Yeah.
they don't do this. So it's great to have something like this that it doesn't matter. They're not paying you.
Yeah.
If they do well, you're going to mention them.
Well, that's when I was texting with Coach Beatty this morning. He goes, "Any cost to us?" I said, "Not a dime,
Yep.
not a dime."
But you know what, Stu? A good idea here, though. I think you do have businesses. If you would have said, yeah, but we could have called a business here in the town of Livingston and said, hey, it's going to cost this much to come out there. Would you sponsor it? Absolutely. And we'll just give them some shout outs.
Hey, we got. I mean, we do have single game sponsorships. So
Yeah, I think I think there are.
so we do have packages available, and we've sent them out to certain businesses that we've talked to. We probably, because we still have to have day jobs to be able to fund to do this.
Yeah.
It's hard to leave straight from my office to a ballpark or
just you setting all this up. I mean, it took an hour or so just to get all this set up. So again,
yeah.
I love the fact you came out here, and hope we can get you out here some more. And if,
No, for sure.
If I need to find a sponsorship for you to do it, we can do that.
Hey, we would love to have sponsorship right here in the town of Livingston. This is our little mini state capital right here.
Yep. Well, Reese walked, so and Anna still. New pitcher here for Plaquemine as well. I believe from 320 out, it looks like number 8. I know I'm a lot older than you, but
5 months.
I think that's number 8.
5 whole months. All right, 1 ball, no strikes.
I think we have a pinch hitter here, maybe. I don't know. It looks like I said, I've coached a lot of these kids. Looks like it might be Braxton Stewart. He's another senior. Can't really tell right now.
You get to this. There's a foul ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, so that is Braxton Stewart hitting here.
1 ball, 2 strikes, runner at second base. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th inning as the Tigers look to try to extend their lead. Here's the pitch. Another foul ball.
Good at bat.
Yeah, you get to this age at high school, body types start to blend, and it gets harder and harder, especially from 330 feet.
I'm watching how they walk and how they swing. I'm trying to be here to every practice. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
So I thought that was Braxton, but that just shows this year for Doyle, this is probably, as far as I can remember, and if you ask Coach Beatty and Coach Frazier, this is probably the deepest we've ever been. I mean, we have a lot of kids on the bench that are good players that hadn't got a whole lot of opportunities, so they try to get them in as much as they can. Typically in the past, it's been you had 10, 11 players, and that was it.
It's something easy to do when you got a 15-0 game, right?
Yes.
Harder to do in a dogfight.
You are correct. 2-0 right now. It's but early in the year, that's been the game plan for the coaches throughout the years. They do try to get these kids opportunities and see who performs.
As a coach, this is the kind of game that you want to have early in the season.
Yeah, we had a couple at West Feliciana this weekend. We had some tight games, pulled both of them out, but you're right. Those 15-0 games don't do a whole lot for you.
No, yeah. You think about it, you get to district tournament, you get to the playoffs, you're going to be playing in dogfights.
You're going to be playing tight games. I mean, it's early in the year, a lot of expectations. I know we were just put in the top 25 by Prep Baseball.
Yep.
One of the top teams in 3A, but, man, it's early in the year. You got to keep it up. Baseball is a grind, so can't get your heads too big.
No.
We have a lot of expectations, but you got to keep it up, keep playing hard, and keep your focus.
I think there's only one game that will humble you as quickly as baseball, and that's golf.
Oh, buddy. People I've always heard.
Oh, that was a good pitch.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, this umpire seems like he's been pretty consistent tonight.
He has.
He really has, but people always say what's the hardest thing to do in sports, and it's always to hit that 90-mile-an-hour fastball. But man, have you ever tried to hit a golf ball straight consistently? That's really hard.
I try not to hit it straight, so I hit it straight.
Yeah.
If I play a slice, I'll hit it straight.
Yeah, golf will humble you.
Yeah, it is a humbling,
That's why I just like playing scrambles.
right? I, I I'll take my short game all day.
Yeah,
I need somebody else out of the box.
yeah. It's
Uh,
it's a fun game, good social game. But
another game where you're trying to take two roundish objects and hit them square.
no doubt,
It's hard to do.
the only difference this ball's moving.
Yeah. Sometimes I wish the other ball was.
Yeah. So you'd have an excuse.
Yes. Where's the old Vaseline trick
Yeah.
on the club face?
No doubt.
We got a lefty up here.
Yeah. So this is Bryce Hutchinson, another senior, getting an opportunity, and then we have Caden McMorris on deck, who's another senior. So trying to get some of the seniors in. Caden is he's played for us a lot this year. Plays second base for us, so it depends on the pitching situation. But if you take our three starters, 2 out of the 3 games, he's going to be starting at second base. So has a really good glove. Coaches are looking for him to hit some this year, getting the lineup some more. But good player.
Oh.
Hit well.
Oh, boy.
Able to tag up. I'll tell you what, he hit that ball well.
That'll advance the runner from second to third. Runner at first stays home. 1 out. Every time the ball's been hit to left field, it's been a interesting.
Yeah. So this is Caden McMorris, his dad, Cody, and I, and his uncle coached the bomb squad. We kind of started it together, so he's grown up playing with my son Parker since they were 6 years old. So I'm a big fan of his and a really good basketball player for us at Doyle. He's starting point guard for us. You wouldn't believe it, but the kid can dunk. He's only about 5'11", but he can get up.
Craig Sandomal, thanks for the shout out. I see the comment down there. I don't know how long ago it was. I just noticed it was there. iPad was a little bit blocked. Appreciate the
Well, I tell you what,
the
man,
love, man.
when it comes to our basketball games, people are commenting like crazy. It's like another job trying to keep up with it.
The other comment is pitcher looks like he has a very small windup.
The current one
I don't know how long ago that
Yeah.
was.
could have been talking about Kelly. He's not a very big guy. Ooh,
Runner goes. They let him stay. Second baseman was looking to prevent the runner from third
I think
advancing.
They called the hitter out, maybe coming over the plate.
Sending
Caden when he swung.
batter interference and sending the runner back to first.
No,
He called the batter out. Looks like the batter was called out. Called out on batter's interference. So that'll be 2 down. Runner's on the corner.
got Jay Stewart here off the bat. So another hitter coming in. Jace is a lineage of players here at Doyle High School, the Macklin family, all really good hitters. I don't know Stu; he's a little older, but Steve Macklin is his uncle. He was a really good player here. Played at Southeastern. He's got a first cousin that's at Louisiana College right now, Braden Macklin.
Nice.
Playing.
Braxton Stewart also from the same family? No.
No, Braxton is not.
Foul ball.
So Jace's mom is a Macklin.
Okay.
Little family history here in Livingston while we're broadcasting a baseball game.
Oh, boy. Anybody not from Livingston Parish, hold on tight.
Yeah.
It's going to get interesting. Oh, man. It's so many people. I mean, you talk about the families. There's a chopper to third. Well played.
Yeah, came and got it. Came and got the big hop.
And that'll end the 6th. We will go to the top of the 7th with the Tigers are trying to close this thing out now.
Yeah. We got Kelly coming back out on the mound. See if he can close it out. Top of the seventh. Last chance here for Plaquemine to scratch a couple runs.
That'll be good. This is his first action to be able to get 3 innings. That'd be big time right there.
Good save for him. Build some confidence.
Man, there's just so many amazing athletes come out of this parish. It really is. It's
Well, I'll tell you what.
mind blowing.
I think it's a testament to our school system. We have a really good school system. We have people that move in here all the time from other parishes just so their kids can go here. So when that happens, you're going to get more athletes, and you also have really good athletes that grew up here and families that grew up here.
Yeah. So, talking about having to have the support earlier of the administration to really develop a program, we're talking about facilities. Man, it's so important for public schools to have the community support, to have the school administrators support, because you got these private schools that you can't compete against, and to get people who live in your communities not to leave and go to a private school, you have to have facilities that can compete.
You do. I mean, look, it's hard to compete with some of those private schools, even the public schools now. So that's why the community, the pride is so big, and the engagement, trying to, as the mayor, trying to have things that bring people out, and communicating and fellowship and having events and being proud of where you live. Might not have as much, but just be proud of it to where you want to stay here, you want to support it. So when somebody does become successful, you have some of those things.
Yeah, you're a part of it, and I talked to Coach Beard during Denham Springs playoff. That was a great strikeout. Made quick work of the batter there. I talked to Coach Beard during halftime of Denham Springs soccer playoff semifinals game, and we need more people that don't just love a program for their 4 years.
Yep.
Be a part of it, because it's important to these kids that come up after your kids. And if you love it, you love sports, it should come naturally.
Yeah, be a part of your community. But it's always hard, Stu. I mean, with us, with our Parks and Recs League, finding people. It's kind of like a church. Like I said, my dad's a pastor of a church. It's kind of the 10% rule. 10% are the ones that are going to step up. They're going to volunteer.
Yeah.
They're gonna be the givers. They're gonna do this, and it's the same thing. And my dad used to always joke with me, "Son, when are you gonna become the pastor?" Dad, I don't want to be a pastor. Now all the time I tell him, Dad, I think I'm a pastor, but of about 10,000 and not 200 like you.
Exactly.
But it's
a bigger congregation.
Yeah, so it's really tough to find those people, but they got them out there. The ones that just step up, volunteer, no matter if it's their kid, others. They just want to invest their time in their community, in their schools, businesses, whatever that is. So we do, man. The more people that step up, it makes it better. The thing is about it really does. It enhances everything around you.
Yeah.
You might not think so. Well, it's not my kid, but it makes it a better place to live for your kid.
It does.
So we do. I agree with Coach Beard on that. We need more people that's willing to step up and not just say, "Hey, this is what I need." Actually, here we go, Kelly, with 2 strikeouts, but be the ones that step up and make things happen.
Yep. So the Tigers 1 out away from making this 2 in a row at home and 6-1 on the season.
Tell you what, I've been impressed with Plaquemine, though. They have some good players.
Absolutely.
Boudreaux looked really good on the mound.
Yeah, he did. He did. If he could get a little bit of run support, man.
So we have him again Saturday, and I'm sure we'll have a couple of our, I assume a couple of our 2 of our 3 that's going to be throwing. So, but man,
he's filling up the strike zone.
Tell you what, you can't do too much better than what our pitchers have done tonight.
No,
I'll tell you that.
No. Anytime that they looked like they were going to get in trouble, they have made some big pitches. The defense to make big plays behind them. Oh, look at the shortstop to end the game.
Well, that was a quick one. I mean, we went 7, but it was quick.
It was a fast 7,
tell you
man.
what, I had fun sitting here with you.
Mayor,
Yes,
Now I'll
sir.
say, Mayor,
Yes,
I
sir.
appreciate you joining us. Everybody that Chris, good seeing you, buddy. Um, a great game played by both squads here tonight.
Yep.
That's exciting baseball. Doyle improves to 6-1 on the season, 2-0 at home. They have yet to give up a run here at their home field. So outscoring opponents 17-0 now after 2 games, and then quickly going right back on the road, huh?
Yeah, we'll go back. We'll see Plaquemine at their place. That'll be their first 2 home games on
Yeah.
Saturday.
Yep.
They have a beautiful park now. I don't know if the parish invested in that park, but turf fields. They have the girls softball, baseball field there. It's a really nice park. So we're looking forward to going there Saturday and hopefully come back home with a couple more wins.
Well, good luck to you guys, and you have my word. I'll be out to cover some more games this year. I've already told Coach we want to get it worked out and spotlight these kids. I expect great things from the program, and we're happy to be a part of it and spotlight these guys.
Well, if we need to get you a little sponsorship, just give me a call so we can make that happen.
Absolutely, man. Thanks again for joining me tonight.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations.
Thank you.